Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. Today there are two major international developments I wanted to talk about, and both are very interesting, both highly contradictory and from different fields altogether. But I could not choose one from the other, so I decided to go with both. First, the comedy at Twitter continues. Elon Musk has now nearly 10% stake in Twitter Inc. and is the largest shareholder and is really flexing his muscles and undercutting the CEO by tweeting all sorts of suggestions. Initially, he said I would remain a passive investor and I would not get involved in the day to day affairs. But everything he has said and done after that on the social media website has done exactly the opposite. Twitter announced with great fanfare that Elon Musk would join the board, and then everybody waited with bated breath. We thought, here is a guy who said that he is doing only passive investment, and now he seems to have entered the market and become a director. Then things lulled down for 3 4 days as he kept on. Yesterday, he said about Twitter Blue subscription at $3. And when somebody said, we are from Argentina, give us a lower rate, then he batted for PPP. Since he was doing all this, we didn't know who was actually running the Twitter, whether it was the Indian born CEO Agarwal, who was appointed by Jack Dorsey recently, was he in control, or was Elon Musk running Twitter by proxy? Things seem to have got sorted out now, with Agarwal announcing that Elon Musk is not part of the board. Now, Elon Musk has now retweeted again to say, I refuse to become part of the board. They wanted me to join the board. So, this fun event continues. The battle is going to get more messy. Elon Musk wants features like edit and blue tick available more easily and on everybody. He is now plugging the blue tick blue service where somebody pays $3 a month for premium. So, and he wants an edit button on the Twitter. Twitter is famous for not having an edit feature. If you have made a mistake, you will have to cancel your tweet and redo it all the while. And people who want to send a long thread have now what is called as a thread app through which the entire thread can be read together. And now what Elon Musk is now arguing that there is no free speech in Twitter and that Twitter is censoring content under pressure from various governments. His argument is this is like a town hall meeting where everybody is asked to have a free voice. So he is now saying that everybody should be able to have a say. He is in fact going a step further. He is saying the algorithm of Twitter, which is the secret of sauce of the company, should be public and everybody can use it. Basically, whatever Elon Musk is saying may do good for the people and the users of Twitter, but will destroy Twitter as a company because if it shares the algorithm, and everything and anything can be manipulated. So the saga of the fight between Twitter and Elon Musk continues, where he's being a friend and enemy that is neither a friend nor an enemy, but rather a friend who is behaving like an enemy. This is going to be very difficult for Mr. Agarwal. But Elon Musk is no slouch. He has one of the largest followings on Twitter in the world, with more than 80 lakh people following him. This is really a tough job for the Twitter company and the Twitter board. Let us see how they fare. Next is a very important news from a macroeconomic point of view. There were a lot of premature celebrations about the ruble doing extraordinarily well. If you remember in this channel, when I had a chat with my brother, I gave a buy call for the ruble and he would have made substantial amount of money. Most Indians who asked me, I refused it because there is no sure way of transferring money and receiving money. But the fact is, ruble has made a lot of gains. But most of these gains could be unwound because Russia has made a technical default in its bond obligations. That is, Russia has a lot of pending sovereign bonds where the government has borrowed in US dollars outside the country. In some cases, there is talk of it being able to pay interest in rubles because it's part of the conditions. But in most cases, the country has to pay its interest in dollars. What Russia initially claimed is that it has asked Citibank to process the claims of people who held the bonds on record date so that interest could be paid. And Citibank sent it to JP Morgan, who was the custodian. JP Morgan asked for permission from the treasury and it was not forthcoming. Now, Russia says it will pay the interest in rubles, which is not acceptable to most of the people who are holding these bonds. This means prices of Russian assets, which are already beaten down, will continue to tumble further. This is what I meant is the weaponization of finance, where one country which has a reserve currency can hold the entire world to ransom. And that is what is happening. Russia has been kicked out of the payments cycle, Messenger, Swift, and most banks in the world do not want to trade with Russia. India has been supportive of Russia by and far, but is not able to find a secure way of doing not able to find a secure way of doing a rupee ruble trade. Now, today's business standard says the formula has been more or less agreed, but the Indian government does not want to agree to a Russian deal on ruble rupee trade because it would antagonize the Americans. Yesterday, Joe Biden and Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, had a long and detailed chat, after which it is now clear that India will not announce the rupee ruble mechanism until Russia announces a ceasefire. This is finally a stalemate. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this channel, kindly consider subscribing to it and turning on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Kindly consider sharing this content with your friends and relatives if you liked it. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support.